It's time for your aviation news recap. There is focus on Alaska Airlines, United, Etihad Airways, and finally out of Australia, Jetstar. But beginning proceedings in Abu Dhabi, close to where the 2023 Dubai Air Show was taking place. And Etihad, as you may know, are currently celebrating their 20th anniversary. And in doing so, they've announced an ambitious plan to expand and become even more sustainable. The airline is plotting growth across the next 7 years in what it calls Journey 2030. Etihad Airways says that the strategy will mark a pivotal point in the airline's long-term future, which, as we know as a business, they've been through so much recently. While targeting growth across all corners, the airline will also sustainably view growth with an increased focus on enhancing customer experiences. Additionally, Etihad Airways wants to contribute to Abu Dhabi's economy and bring considerable benefits. The Middle Eastern airline this month also moved into its new home of Terminal A. The company hopes to utilize this move as a springboard towards fantastic future growth right across the network. Etihad Airways says that under Journey 2030, it'll look to extend its global footprint with new destinations, frequency increases, and much more. As a result of these increases, the company hopes to be flying towards over 125 destinations, and leveraging its geographical positioning of Abu Dhabi and the Middle East to its advantage in being able to connect markets to the East, West, and more. On top of this, Etihad Airways wants to double its fleet, probably one of the biggest stories to come from this Journey 2030 plan. They want their fleet standing at over 160 aircraft. This would represent the second significant fleet expansion planned in company history, and ultimately, the first rapid expansion included the largest aircraft order in company history, and partly resulted in the airline losing billions and entering a thorough turnaround plan. Thanks to the doubling of fleet, a focus will be placed on short and medium-haul destinations, alongside new long-haul services to Europe and North America. Etihad Airways plans to also attract 10 million point-to-point travelers to the UAE capital by the turn of the decade. All this is part of offering substantial economic benefits through its services to its passengers. Alongside this, I wanted to take a look at the turmoil the company experienced during the latter stages of the 2010s, resulting in a major turnaround plan. The company was left bleeding money following poor investment choices in the fleet, alongside airlines that, as we know, would eventually collapse. Looking ahead to the next 7 years of targeted growth, the carrier believes it is well positioned to do this and solidify its position as an industry leader in the region. Over to Alaska Airlines and their continuing expansion efforts by launching 2 non-stop services from Seattle and Portland, with Hawaii and Florida getting boosts in flying. Alaska Airlines has launched non-stop flights from Seattle Everett towards Honolulu, while also beginning service to Miami from Portland. These flights are slated to be operated daily and year-round as part of their commitment to offering more choice and also more flexibility to travelers. Alaska cites the convenience of traveling through Everett rather than other locations as a reason why service has commenced towards Hawaii. Everett does offer a more personal experience with a smaller terminal that usually has less traffic. Additionally, the airport is 25 miles northwest of downtown Seattle, making it potentially for some customers a much more appropriate location to depart from. Meanwhile, Portland to Miami reaffirms the company's commitment for Portland. This crucial city sees significant demand towards holiday destinations and has spurred on the route launch. Alaska has had Portland as a central part of its operation for 2 decades, where it has been the largest airline out of the city. Thanks to a Portland-Miami connection, Alaska Airlines now offers customers 4 cities in Florida non-stop from Portland with its aircraft. And with 225 aircraft in service, spread across many aircraft types in its mainline operation, in recent months it has moved back to relying on Boeing planes, and specifically the 737 series, with your 737NGs and the next generation 737 MAX deployed to destinations right across their network. Over to Australia, and with Jetstar, that have also announced several new routes slated for launch as it plans to expand its own network. From April 1st of next year, Jetstar will fly 3 times a week with its Boeing 787 to Osaka from Sydney. As a result, the airline will offer more than 100,000 low-fare seats every year between these two important city pairings. Additionally, it does mark the return of a route pairing that hasn't actually featured on the Jetstar network for around 15 years. A staggering time period. The arrival of more Airbus A321neo LRs to the network has actually significantly released pressure on the Boeing 787 fleet. As a result, the low-cost airline part of the Qantas group can deploy its 787s to more destinations than ever before. This isn't something strictly being seen at Jetstar. The addition of next-generation planes to many companies' portfolios naturally eases pressure on existing units, and then therefore allows for capacity growth, new city pairings, and so much more. Meanwhile, Jetstar will launch direct flights between Melbourne and Hervey Bay in southern Queensland for the very first time. While Sydney has 4 weekly flights already to this location, the Melbourne connection will be hugely important for Jetstar. The airline says it'll offer a thrice weekly service initially, looking to carry up to 1,100 customers. And then, in March of 2024, Jetstar will add a service between Sydney and Western Australia's Margaret River. The wine and surf region will see also a thrice weekly service set to be operated by the Airbus A320. Each year, 50,000 customers will be carried between Sydney and the very popular destination. Over to the final story of the day, and it sits with United Airlines, who have announced an expansion of service towards Mexico's new Tulum airport, alongside enhancements to Latin America and the Caribbean. And thanks to this major service enhancement, United can offer more flights than ever down south during the winter schedule. United will add Houston, Chicago, and Newark flights to Tulum International Airport from March 31st of 2024. But wait, there will be one more. On May the 23rd, 2024, United will add a seasonal service originating in California from Los Angeles. This will result in up to 5 daily flights towards Tulum from United's critical hubs. United believes that Mexico remains a leading destination for leisure travel, and thanks to the new airport opening up, it does represent additional access to the city of Cancun, which is hugely pivotal, as we know, to their network, and especially during the winter season. There will be service enhancements to many other locations in the Caribbean, Central America, Mexico, and United's commitment to South America will be ever present. That is going to conclude today's aviation news recap. If you have any thoughts, you're more than welcome to drop them down below in the comments. Thank you very much for the support. Please do take care and also be safe, and I'll see you next time for more coverage on the aviation industry. And we'll